Well, welcome back to Life on Cars. Hope you're all well. And tonight's video, I just want to share a little bit of footage from my trip to the NEC Classic Car Show. I managed to film some of my favourite cars there. Couldn't capture them all. I was there for about 6 hours, had an amazing day. But I hope you enjoy the footage of the cars that I captured on video. So get yourself a cup of tea, settle down. Let's go. Here we go then, my first time at the NEC Classic Car Show, and me and thousands of other people were set for a really good day. There were 7 halls of classic cars to look at, and I couldn't feature every single one on this video, but I tried to capture as many of my favourite cars as I can, starting with this lovely Bentley 8, which was the first car that I spotted just after I walked in. It was on the Lancaster Insurance stand. It looks like it's been beautifully restored, really nice condition, especially as it's quite an early one. It's a 1987. Obviously it's based on the same platform as my Rolls-Royce Silver Spirit, which is the reason I was quite interested in it. But yeah, lovely condition, and whoever owns this should be quite proud of how the car's turned out. I reckon it's had quite a bit of work done to it, because it was really immaculate on the bodywork and looking really special. So yeah, that was a good start. And then my eyes wandered onto this lovely XKR, the X100. Beautiful shape, weren't they, the early X100s, especially in a bright colour such as red. Can't really beat it, can you? Beautiful Jaguar. So again, another lovely car which was speaking volumes to me. And keeping on with Jags, the next one was a lovely Mark II. I do love a Jaguar Mark II, don't you? This one's a 2.4 from 1960. Absolutely stunning in black, and it's a real classic car now, isn't it? The Mark II. Lovely lines, lovely shape, and lovely chrome work as well. Very nice. Nice red leather inside as well, and the wire wheels. Fantastic. I do like my Jaguars. I know you guys know that. But I do like these early Porsche 911s as well. And this one was a 2.8 in that beautiful baby blue colour, which is one of my favourite colours actually on a car. Look at those deep dish rear wheels and the wheel arch flares. Stunning, absolutely stunning. They don't make them like this now, do they? But I think they still know what they're doing with the Porsche 911. It's still quite a pure driver's car. And if I had the opportunity to buy a modern Porsche 911, I think I'd certainly consider that. What do you think? Classic or modern? Now the Di Tommaso Pantera. There's been quite a few of these featured on various YouTube channels. I know Ian Tyrrell's just done one of these on his channel as well. So yeah, they've always been a favourite of mine. I just love the shape. And this one's a GTS with the great big V8 in the back, and the way that these cars are designed was really quite advanced for its time. Well, this one doesn't really need any introductions, does it? I'm sure you all know what this is, the Aston Martin DB5. Absolutely incredible lines, of which we'll never see again, I don't think. I do still like the Aston Martin Vantage though, the latest Vantage. I think it's a beautiful car. So, yeah, in fact a Vantage would be something that I aspire to be honest. I would like an Aston Martin Vantage one day, who knows. Maybe to replace my Jaguar XK. Oh, this one was interesting. This is a DB Mark III, which apparently was the car that 007 was chose in the Goldfinger book. So yeah, soon found myself on the Rolls-Royce Enthusiast Club stand, and they had two beautiful silver shadows on there, a 1977 one and a 1979. Do you know what? I do love those Lucas Square 8 spot lamps. I might have to try and get a pair of those for my Silver Spirit. But they had some lovely coffee on the go, so that was good. Get a nice coffee now that I'm a Rolls-Royce Enthusiast Club member. Got a nice free coffee, so thank you very much. So yeah, had a nice look around these Silver Spirits as well. Unusual colour. Oh, Jaguar XKs. I'm drawn to Jaguars because my dad was a Jaguar man and he got me into Jaguars. And do you know, I'm just doing this voiceover, and there's been the new Jaguar branding released today, which has been quite controversial on the internet and Instagram. There's been a lot of comments, but yeah, I don't think we'll ever see these days again, will we, with big V12s. And this car was absolutely stunning, this XJS. Absolutely stunning. It was concourse, and I struggled to find a single mark on this car. I mean, it was absolutely pristine. And my friend who was with me on the day, he pointed out to me that when the cars are concourse and when they're at this level, the owners even go as far as aligning the bolts so that they all line up in the same orientation. So that kind of blew my mind. So I started having a bit of a closer look at this one, and sure enough, the bolt heads are all perfectly aligned. But look at those wheel arches, not a speck of dirt. And the underneath was exactly the same as well. Unbelievable. Now BMWs, yes, I do like my BMWs. I've had a few over the years, but I've never been lucky enough to own a 3-litre CSL. This is a bit of a car that is known and loved. And then look at this beautiful M5 from the days when a great big inline 6 was fitted with individual throttle bodies. Look at that. What a car, what an engine. Beautiful. Immaculate as well, this one, isn't it? Absolutely immaculate. Under the bonnet, yeah, I do like a big BMW, especially an M-powered. But going back to this CSL, yeah, what a lovely car. Absolutely stunning. The lines on the CSL and the 70s design, just unbelievable. I've always loved the way that this car's designed and put together, and looks good, doesn't it, with the stripe down the side as well. Oh yeah, Harry's Garage. Now then, I wonder if some of you follow Harry on his YouTube channel. I'm certainly a subscriber, and this is his Lamborghini Countach, which was on display in the Classic Car event. I think he just done a video, just released a video a few days ago of a 2,000 mile road trip that he'd done in that Countach. He does like to use his cars, does Harry, which is great to see. So yeah, it was nice to have a close look at his Countach, which he's had a lot of work done recently. It's had the engine out, it's had gearbox repairs. Look at this here. This is a Ferrari Berlinetta Boxer, and it's a stunning car, absolutely stunning.
Berlinetta Boxer, I think.
Really, really attractive. This one. It's got kind of Miami Vice vibes, which was a program that I loved back in the day. But I think he had a Testarossa, didn't he? Later on in Miami Vice. Check this out. A Ferrari 330 GT. I'd never seen one of these before. I think they only made 100 of these. But not only that, this was quite famous because it was an ex-John Surtees owner's car. So yeah, a little bit of famous history to go with it, the Formula One driver. Now then, Americana. I'd do like an American muscle car and the style of the cars as well from the 60s and the 70s. Always loved them. And look at this beautiful Chevy. It's beautiful, isn't it? Absolutely beautiful. Chevy Bel Air. Just look at the bonnet and the bonnet ornament. I've always loved that about the early Chevys. Beautiful restoration. Beautiful paintwork. Really, really stunning, this car. Do you know, all the cars that were on display at the show, the effort that had gone into them and the presentation was unbelievable. This is a Plymouth Barracuda. Another lovely looking car. Look at this here, a Plymouth Roadrunner. I think they used to call this the Big Bird or the Super Bird. Incredible length. And look at the wing on the back. Just an incredible car to look at. To think that these were cruising around on the streets in America back in the day. Look at this thing here, this Cadillac. I was just blown away by the size of this car. It's absolutely huge. In fact, I timed myself. It took me 14 seconds to walk from one end to the other on this car. Look at those fins on the back. Classic Cadillac. Ford Mustang. Another car that would sit nicely in my garage. I've always loved the Ford Mustangs, the early ones. I even like the latest Ford Mustang. But yeah, these early classic ones are lovely, aren't they? And then another blast from my childhood. Who didn't love watching the Dukes of Hazzard back in the day? And this was an incredible example of the Dodge Charger dressed up as the General Lee from the television program. And I'm sure those home will play the Dixie tune. Look at it, absolutely stunning, isn't it? Amazing looking car. I'll tell you what, you walk some miles when you come to this event, and I'm definitely going to be going back again. Really, you could do with more than one day, to be honest. There's that much to see and do and get around and people to talk to, and what a day it was. I really enjoyed looking at this old Dodge police car as well. I just like this because it wasn't kind of fully restored. It had a lot of patina and it was good fun. So yeah, I like that one. Couple of Corvettes as well. C2 and the C3. I'm not keen on them wheels though, if I'm being honest, on that C2. What do you think? This C3 with the side pipes, yes, yes please, I like that. Beautiful paint job, isn't it? Absolutely stunning. And now Japanese, so nice little Datsun Z car. Lovely, weren't they? There's another later one. But if I'm going to be going around Japanese cars, I'm sorry, but Toyota's going to feature, because that's my history working as a Toyota technician back in the day. And I remember these when they were quite common. You just don't see this style Celica anymore, the ST Celica with those slant pop-up headlights. And then this one as well, a Carlos Sainz Celica GT4, 2-litre turbo. Spent many hours working on those in the garage, taking the engine and gearbox out, doing clutch replacements and servicing. Yeah, I can remember when these were brand new, and there was nothing else like them on the road, I don't think, at the time. They were amazing. I even remember these classic Celicas as well coming into the garage regular for servicing and MOTs. And back then, you know, they were just bangers, really. You know, you could pick them up for a few £100, but now these are really sought after, these early Toyota Celicas. Corolla Saloon here with a 4AGE twin cam in it. I think that's been added after, because I can't remember any of them having a not the four-door saloon ever having a 4AGE. Now then, the Celica Supra 2.8. Bit of a story on this one. When I passed my driving test and I was working in the garage, in the Toyota garage, one of the very first cars that I was allowed to road test after I'd worked on it was one of these Celica Supras 2.8, and boy, that's a nice memory, going out for a drive in one of those, that lovely straight six and the manual gearbox. Beautiful car. Felt like driving a muscle car back in the day. Here's an early MR2 Mark II UK spec with the early wheels. So it's probably a similar age to my MR2, but mine's was originally started its life in Japan. So yeah, you don't see many of these in white in this good a condition, so whoever owns that. And then a couple of Mark 1s as well. I actually had a Mark 1 MR2, a white one that I restored before I started doing YouTube. Really, it should have gone to the scrapyard. It was in a terrible state, mine, but I managed to get it there in the end. This is known as a Mark 1A, so this is one of the very first MR2 Mark 1s with the two-tone interior, black and red. And if you look at the wheels on that, that's the Mark 1A wheel. There's another Mark II. And I'm going to finish this video off with a beautiful Jaguar XK X150, just like mine, except this is a convertible, but stunning car. Well, there we are then. I hope you enjoyed that little bit of footage from the NEC Classic Car Show. That was my first time at the show. I really enjoyed it, so I think I'm going to go next year as well, and I'd encourage you all to check it out. What an amazing show for classic cars. Anyway, I'll be back at usual time, Sunday, 5 o'clock. See you then. Take care and drive carefully and look after yourselves. Bye bye.